is replying Iwanya the Ohanese president. Of course, we know a lot of things that have been going on in Lagos, from the demolition of properties of that allegedly owned by the Igbos, according to what a lot of people have been talking about. Oh, the Igbos are targeted and what have you. Me, have been asking these questions. This demolition and demolition and demolition here, is it all about to develop the state, or at the end of the day, those lands will be reallocated to their cronies, just like in what is happening in Abuja? All I know is that everybody will learn lesson, whether for good or for bad. And for those who do not want to do things in the right way, it will serve as a lesson, no matter what, irrespective of the motive or notion of the government or the ruling party. Everybody will learn in a very, very, very serious way. Well, this man called Reno Omokri, everything concerning Tinubu is what he likes, he loves, even with the way Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians did not even suffer like this under Buhari, and we know the role Reno Omokri played during that time. Now, Nigerians are suffering more under Tinubu, and it is now okay for Reno Omokri to be supporting every move of Tinubu. And the unfortunate thing there is that he's not even a member of the APC. So you begin to wonder, what is this guy up to? Nigerians have known the type is made of. These are the people who talk about oh, they are speaking on behalf of the people. Yes, see what the people are going through. They don't care. What do you have to say to all this? Well, I am Ishekiri. We know our history in writing, not oral history. Ishekiris are one of the few peoples in the geographical location now called Nigeria who can trace in writing an ancestry for the last 500 years. For example, the oldest letter written by a person from the geographical location now known as Nigeria was written by my ancestor Ogame Oyinakpaga to Pope Clement X in 1652, requesting for additional Catholic Christian priests for the Iwere kingdom. The letter is preserved to date in the Vatican. What were your ancestors doing in 1652? Another of my ancestors, Ogame Atuwashe I, the seventh Ulu of Iwere, was the first West African and possibly the first sub-Saharan African to graduate from a university. He graduated in 1611. I have a photograph of the school he attended. He was the founder of Ogame Oyinekpaga. Okay, what were your ancestors doing in 1960, in 1652? Though I am not too proud of it, my ancestors sued certain people, and we have written receipts, one of which is in a museum in the Caribbean. How can you say people who have receipts from over a century ago documenting their sale of people do not know their history? As for the Yorubas, it is odd that you should say such a thing. Please Google this query. When did Christianity get to Igbo land? Christianity got to our beloved Igbo brothers and sisters in the year 1857. Please research it yourself. Before 1857, there was no knowledge of Christianity in Igbo land. Now, who brought Christianity to Igbo land? It was not the British directly. Christianity was introduced to Igbo land by Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther in the year 1857, and he wrote about it in his books. He first attempted 1854 to 55 and could only get one convert. He wrote about that in his book, Journal of an Expedition Up the Niger and Shadda Rivers, published in 1855. He was more successful later in 1857 and wrote about his experiences converting the Igbos to Christianity in his book, The Gospel on the Banks of the Niger. Journals and notices of the native missionaries accompanied the Niger expedition of 1857 to 1859. Now, let me quote Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther. When we arrived on Onitsha, according to what he said, we found the people in a state of idleness with its attendant evils. They were scantily and filthily clothed. I don't want to quote more because if I do, some people may insult me. But I have a copy of this book and can mail it to you. You can also order it on Amazon. But note that Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther founded Mission House from where he and his converts preached the gospel to the Igbos. Additionally, Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther was the first man in history to write a book in Igbo and about the Igbo language. He learned how to speak Igbo and codified the language in his book, Vocabulary of the Igbo Language, published in 1882. Mm. Yes, so when you insult me and the Yorubas as the people who have no history, I laugh. If you say the people who brought Christianity to Igbo land have no history, then what are you saying about yourself? In the British Museum are the 1,000-year-old live old Ife bronzes showing Yoruba people fully clothed and riding horses. What were your ancestors doing in the thousands years ago? Thanks again, and may God bless you. Reno Omokri Tibu Shika. So now you are this guy. What you are doing is you are setting people against each other. For you, you think say you wise. Like this one we say 70-year-old now, you think you are wise. We have seen it through. You think you are wise, you are not wise anything. So you are aligning with the Yorubas. You are aligning with them. All of you against the Igbos. I think it will be better if you can say, oh, since the Igbos say they want to go their own, if you don't like them, if you don't, any little thing, all of you will start to align yourself. At the end of the day, you align yourself against the Igbos, yet the country is not moving forward. Your people are not moving forward. It would have been good for you to join hands together and say, oh, let these people be on their own. Let us know who is who. This idea of, oh, Igbos are the best, oh, Yorubas are the best, Hausas are the best. Let everybody go their separate way and go and test their popularity. From there, we will know who is who. Igbos are saying we can do on our own, but you are saying, oh, they cannot be on their own. But that means there's something in them that you really don't want them to, you don't want to let go. So all this talk here and there, it makes no sense. At the end of the day, who are the people prospering in this country? Are we really prospering as a people in the recent? Well, dear Mr. Reno Mokre, you are right. Keep the flag flying. Your little hypothesis is so wrong that it is too intellectually redundant to seek correct information. It comes to the public fora like this one to deceive and combabulate dunderheads like you who follow him with half a brain. I want an historian and sharp brain person from Igbo land to challenge this man and not to condemn him. Truth is hard to believe. Remember, he saw Tinubu'S records in Chicago. Omokri will see the real truth he knows in hell. When a brilliant fellow presents historical facts and evidence to prove his case, those affected should either accept the bitter truth or they should present a response that counters his submission with a incontrovertible facts of their own, resorting to abuses or insults. Means Omokri is on point, and the other side are painfully acknowledging the bitter truth. Truth is truth. Which way one tries to twist or change the narrative, Omokri provided proof and presented the source of his information, which is verifiable. Your high sense of rationality and logic is too advanced for the cursing and swearing tribe to counter. Reno Nayu Biku, note that we don't have these facts of history before the internet, but our brothers across the Niger Delta don't know them, hence their air of superiority. See, all this grammar you people are speaking, let everybody go their separate way. This will solve this whole problem. You can't be together. You that you say you know history. Yes, with all the things that you know, Nigeria has not moved forward. The so-called people from the Niger Delta have been in power. The Yorubas have been in power. The Hausa have been in power. Yet, what have you people ruled at? Nothing. Nothing. Anybody can have history or whatever history, depending on the way you want to put it. But at the end of the day, it changes nothing. This is just a divide and rule tactics. We can see where each and every one is aligning to, who they are aligning with. Well, stop shaking the table, I beg. Check out George Thomas Basden documentary on Google for verification of Yoruba descendants and Igbo descendants in 1820. With all of that, the Igbos are still better off. When you talk about a development, we are not talking of a BB companies or few individuals who have billions or who have stolen billions, but the welfare of individuals, the people at the lower cadre. Hmm. Now, wow. This reign of Christ now wetin Igbos and the obedient man and his people do you. Anyway, we are watching with keen interest. Oh yeah, Igbos fire back at him. What is the relevance of what Omokri said here to what is happening in Nigeria today? It is not today that we started hearing that Igbos don't have history. What makes me happy though is that we have a present and a bright future, so we don't even bother so much about whatever anyone says about the past, whether true or false. So guys, let's even know what you think about this whole thing.